Good morning, West Intermediate. I hope you all have enjoyed the week. Are you ready for the weekend? I'm Bryn Garcia, and today is Friday, September 16th, 2016. It is the final day of the week, so work hard inside and outside of the classrooms as you bring the week to an end. Today is Constitution Day. Constitution Day is an American federal observance that recognizes the adoption of the United States Constitution and those who have become U.S. citizens. It is normally observed on September 19th, the day in 1787 that delegates to the Constitutional Convention signed the document in Philadelphia. We would like to recognize this day with a short clip.
It is the spring of 1787. The Revolutionary War has been over for only 6 years, and the young United States is still struggling in its infancy. Uprisings, boundary disputes, and the lack of a common vision all plague the newborn country. In an effort to steady this precarious ship, the Confederation Congress calls on states to send delegates to the Grand Convention to begin on May 14th in Philadelphia. The delegates must draft revisions to the Articles of Confederation, which would then be considered by the Congress and approved by the states. Under the terms of the Articles, all 13 states had to agree to any changes. Since the purpose of the convention is just to make recommendations, not everyone is excited about attending, and frankly, some think it's a waste of time. As men from different parts of the country begin to travel down dusty, rutted roads on the way to Philadelphia, not all states send delegates. In fact, Rhode Island never even shows up. On May 14th, only 8 delegates, not states, but individual delegates, are present. So they wait. Finally, on May 25th, the necessary quorum of 7 states is achieved. In all, 55 delegates arrive in Philadelphia over the course of the convention. They are all white males, property owners, and the average age is about 44. Some are slaveholders, some had signed the Declaration of Independence, and almost all are well educated. Picture the delegates, James Madison and George Washington among them, sitting in Independence Hall in hot, humid Philadelphia. They're all wearing the dress of the day, frock coats, high collars, and thick pants. They vote to keep their discussions secret to encourage honest debate. But that means the windows are closed, and there is no air conditioning in 1787, not even an electric fan. And they'll sit in that sweltering heat in those heavy clothes for 3 months. Shockingly, they all keep their vow of secrecy. That could never happen today, not even for an hour-long meeting. Someone would share, James Madison thinks he's so smart, keyword, articles are dead, via social media, and the whole thing would be a disaster. But in 1787, there are no leaks, not even a drip that hints at what they are doing. And what they are doing is nothing short of overthrowing the very government that sent them there. Within a few days, with only a 7-state quorum, and only 6 of those states agreeing, a handful of men change the course of history. They vote to get rid of the Articles of Confederation and write a new, more nationalistic document that becomes our Constitution. The risk is immense. Everyone on the outside assumes they were working on recommended revisions to the Articles. It's an incredible gamble, and even when the convention presents the signed Constitution on September 17th, not all delegates endorse it. The country will argue and debate for 2 more years before the document is adopted by the required 9 out of 13 states. But instead of punishing them for their deception, today we celebrate the wisdom and vision of those men in Philadelphia.
Here's today's lunch menu. Macaroni and cheese, green beans, and cinnamon roll. It is Friday, and that means a report about some sports. That's right, it is the Friday Sports Report. We always like to start a report with the men who are waiting for the Friday night lights to shine bright. Let's start with the 5th graders. Maroon takes on Bishop Kelly, silver, battles McAllister gold, and white travels to Owasso red. 6th grade is next as Maroon takes on Hilldale. Black travels to Collinsville, White battles TYAA red, and Chrome plays Coeta black. Now for our favorite team to cheer on Friday's Jinx Trojans. Jinx came out victorious last week as they took the Backyard Bowl trophy with a hard-fought victory over the Redskins of Union, 35-28. Next up for the 3-0 Trojans, Arkansas powerhouse Springdale Harbor. This should be one for the books as two powerhouse teams battle on the gridiron under the Friday night lights of Hunter Dwelly Stadium. Go cheer on your Trojans. But before you do, here is a reminder of what is expected of our fans.
Hello JWI students. I want to take a minute and talk to you about our expectations for Friday night football games. The first expectation is that you are to be sitting and staying with your families and your parents. Your parents should not be dropping you off at the game and leaving. You are to stay and sit with them. You may leave your seats to use the restroom or go to the concession stand, but you may not hang out down by the gates. Again, the expectation is to be in your seats with your families for the whole entire game. I also want to remind you that remember any bad choices that you might make at the game will follow you here back at school. I'm going to hope that you can show everyone at the Jinx Football Stadium and any away games just how respectful, responsible, and reliable our Western Intermediate Trojans are. I don't want to have consequences back here at school, so be sure to make good choices when you're rooting on our Trojans. Go Jinx!
Last weekend was a crazy weekend in college football. The OSU Cowboys had an unexpected loss to Central Michigan on a last-second Hail Mary with no time left on the clock. The loss was the first of the season for the Cowboys as they hope to rebound this week against a tough Pittsburgh team. OU had a much better appearance as they had a lopsided victory over Louisiana Monroe. Next up for the talented Sooners is the Ohio State Buckeyes. This is one of the games of next week. The Sooners hope to have an amazing game to put them back into the playoff picture. That's a wrap on today. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.